Yes, welcome to the African Liberation Station. It is always pleasant and beautiful to be here. You know, see it? Yeah, man. Another wonderful day, with life and greatness and pleasantness in the fullness. Yes, I must say, each and every day I rise. I give thanks for the journey of life because the journey of life has been wonderful. See it, and I will not by any means take this journey for granted because this journey is an amazing one. Yes, as each day I rise, I look forward to my liberty. Greetings, Melissa. One love, man, as always. So, yes, as you can see the title, are you present? And one might look at it and say, what is Brother Kweku talking about? Well, we are going to dive down deep into this subject, because this subject carries a lot of weight. It carries a lot of meaning. Yes, UK Game Kid, great to have you in the house, man, all the time, every time. Carries a lot of meaning. Yes, what I'm saying is, this is going to be an awesome reasoning. And I know that a lot of awesome ones is going to be present. Seeing it is wonderful to be here, experiencing life. And a lot of us, each day, instead of we find things to complain about in life, we should find things that we find fulfillment in them. Because I can say, I can find a lot of things to complain about. I can find a lot of things to be miserable about if I choose, but I choose not. You see what I'm saying is, I choose not. So it is choosing to be in the present moment all the time, every time. That is the space and the place that I choose to be. And one can say, how? Yes, it is a great place to be in the present. DG exclusive. Yeah, man. But are you present in your life? Or is it that you are present in someone else's life? And one might say, Christina, yeah man, Ramsey, Christina, give thanks. A lot of us are present in others' life. And why do I say that? Being present in others' life is that you're always talking about them. You're always talking about what they're doing, what they're not doing, and all of these things. How is that benefiting you? How is that making you grow? How is that making you fulfill? How is that making you come to recognize yourself? The reality is in all of this. One, in order for one to be present with oneself, one must come to awareness of oneself. And when I say present, I'm going to show you guys something that being present, it is to be honest. It is to be true. It is to be accountable. Accountable to you. When you are present, when you are walking outside, yes, Paula, nice to have you on board. Give thanks. When you are walking outside, whether you are barefoot or you have shoes, you're not going to buck your feet, your foot, or your toe on stones or anything. You are going to be present at all times, meaning that you are aware. Let me say this. Do you know why some people go in the woods or someplace and get bitten by a snake? Because they are not present. Do you know? Yes, true love production. Greetings, my brother. Greetings, great man. Great to have there in the house. Do you know that every snake that is in nature out there is helping you to be present? And it knows when you are not present because all these snakes, they make a hissing noise when you are coming too close. That means they are warning you, be careful. People think snakes are dangerous, and no, snake doesn't attack people. People is either in the snake environment and not aware that they are in the environment of the snake. And because they are disconnected from nature by not being present, then that's why these things happen to them. Do you know a person that no matter how big and bad a dog is, the dog will never bite them? Or the dog will just run up to them and stop? Do you ever notice that? Do you ever seen that happen? And you wonder, even the owner of the dog will wonder, what is going on? Why is the dog doing this? Why is the dog doing, why this dog doesn't bite this person? Because the dog realized that this person is present and this person is not afraid of it. This person's heart is not skipping a beat because this dog is coming at him or her. Be present. When you are present, everything recognize that. You recognize nature, nature recognize you. And they know when you are present. You don't have to go out and tell the birds that you are present. They know. They can feel your vibration. A lot of us don't get it. A lot of us don't understand it. But these are the facts. These are reality. I'm not talking about fantasy. I'm not talking about some things I conjure up. I'm talking about being present. When you walk outside barefoot, you are present because you can feel the energy from the planet, from Mama Gaia, going up through your feet. That's being present. Do you realize that most people that you know, they are disconnected with themselves, so they can't be present? They don't know themselves. Okay, ask any individual that you know, take away their name, the name that was given to them. Take away the title that was given to them. Take away all of those things that was placed on you are placed on them. And then you ask them, who are you? Ask yourself that question right now. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What is my purpose here? And that is the question that most even people who've gone to church for years and years is asking themselves, what is my purpose? What is your purpose? You see that you are disconnected and you are not present? Because when you are present, In that present, being present at all times, you feel. Most people do not feel anything. They become numb because of all the traumas that they experience. Yes, they become numb because of all of the traumas that they've experienced. So they choose not to be present. They lock themselves into a space or a place of concealment. Even traumas are there to wake you up. The very traumas that comes at you is there to wake you up. And you think, how can trauma wake? Yes, the trauma is there to wake you up. The trauma is there to make you go within yourself and realize that you have work to do. You have work to do. Yes, great evening to everyone, Give thanks, man, for everyone for falling into the house. You have plenty of work to do. Trauma is to wake you up and make you think, make you recognize that you are not present. It might sound harsh. It might sound, what this brother is talking about? Is he crazy? No, I'm not. Well, that is what they say. I am crazy. Because when I speak the truth that people don't want to hear, I am crazy because that is not the truth that the world speak. That is not the truth that your government, your so-called government speak. That is not the truth that your religion speak. It is not the truth that your family members speak. It is not the truth that your so-called friends speak. But it is the universal truth that you can't escape that I speak. That is why they can easily capture your mind because you're not present. You don't reason. You don't think. You see what I'm saying is? That is why they can do the things and get you caught up into so many illusion that is just not funny. Because you are not present and aware of self. If you were present and aware of self, you wouldn't be in the position that you find yourself. And when you become aware and find yourself, whatever position you find yourself in there, whether on a job or anywhere you find yourself, you now realize that that job is not important. And all of those things that you see and know that you have in your possession and think it was important, it becomes null and void. Because you are aware now, because of being present, that you are here to discover yourself. Let me repeat that again. You are here to discover you. You are not here to discover Jesus. You are not here to find some God in the sky. No, you are here to find you, the greater you. Yes, I sin. Go and give thanks. That is your purpose, is to find yourself. And the self that you find, you must accept that self. You become present. You become one with that self. when you accept the self, when you recognize the self and recognize that in order for you to move forward, you have to accept self to move forward. Not accepting Jesus or Allah or any of these things that they give to you, but it's the fact that you must this here. This is your purpose. This is your purpose, to find you, to accept you, to be aware of you. Not your mother, not your father, not your children, not your husband, not your wife, you. When you find you and connect yourself to you, everything else that you need or want on this plane will immediately start to gravitate to you. That's reality. It's not a fantasy. It is not a make up story. It is the universal truth. I always tell everyone, it's not about your truth or my truth or whose truth. It is about the universal truth that cannot be changed. And it's uncompromising. That is the reality. It is not a fantasy. So people will run around and say, oh, your truth, my truth. There is no such thing. You can say my lie, your lie, and whatever else you want to claim, but there's no such thing as your truth and my truth. It is only one universal truth. And once you come into awareness and always be present, when you become present, no one can fool you. No one can school you into their thought anymore. All of their books, whatever they want to write, whatever they choose to do, it is not important to you anymore. Because the fact is, you yourself are a book that needs to be studied. Are you studying yourself? Being present in the moment. I'm not telling you not to read books. Don't get me wrong. I'm just showing you the importance of self. Recognize self. Accept self. Activate self. Because you are not activated when you eat. Why do you eat? Oh, because I'm hungry. Do you know most of us, when we eat, we are not truly hungry? Because you are not aware of self, you eat just to eat because they tell you you're supposed to wake up at a certain time, eat at a certain time, have lunch at a certain time, have dinner at a certain time, go to bed at a certain time. No, it is not you. If you tell me these things, you are unaware. You are disconnected from self. You get it? And it's the disconnect that they use to capture your mind. When you become aware and present, people are whatever you call them, government or anything else, they cannot capture your mind. You won't allow anyone to do that. But that is the reality. That is the in the fantasy world, in the fake world, in the artificial world that you exist in. That is what is happening to you. Being present, it is to feel and see everything and being aware of everything that is going on around you. Do you know that you can sit at one spot in nature or even outside of nature and you can distinguish several different sounds at the same time? And one might say, why is this important? It means that you are present. It means that you are aware. You are aware of the birds, the different kind of birds. You become so aware that you can tell each bird the different sounds it make and all of these different things. And you could have 10 different birds because when you're in nature, you hear all kind of birds making sounds, are singing in a beautiful way, are speaking in a beautiful way at the same time. The birds are just communicating with each other. They're not asking you to praise them or anything. Because just as you are of nature, they are of nature. And we all are from the same source. And so when you are present and you recognize that you are all from the same source, then you realize that nothing needs to be worshipped. And if there is any worship, it is just about yourself. And I'm not talking about these people who are in a narcissistic way of thinking. That is not what I'm talking about. It means you must recognize yourself. It means that you must recognize that you are elevating out of an artificial world into the true reality of life and nature. You see, we are not allowing anything in the artificial world to hold us down anymore. When you are present, money is not important anymore. When you are present, house is not important anymore. When you are present, a car is not important anymore. When you are present, none of these things are important anymore because you recognize the purpose that they serve and the purpose that these material things serve. A lot of time, they are not even serving a beneficial purpose. Sometime when you can walk, which is very good for you, which is one of the best exercise for you, some short distance, you're going to get into your car and drive. So now you become unaware of self because when self is walking, self have time to think, self have time to reason, and even sometime dealing with self, moving, people may see you talking to yourself and people might say, he's going crazy. Accept that. Because you have to be crazy to be aware of yourself. According to who? Not you, but according to them. Because anytime you become aware of self and fully connected with self, everyone around you will say you're crazy. Because you're going to do things and say things that doesn't connect with them. You see, it doesn't connect with them and it will not connect with them, but it will resonate with you because now that you become aware, you are not doing things to please the world or those around you anymore. Ask anyone who come into self-awareness and is present with self if they care about what people think. People that are unaware are caught up into the soap operas. They are caught up into basketball. They are caught up into football. They are caught up into every program that they set to program them. Things that does nothing for them, doesn't give them money, it doesn't give them food, it doesn't give them health, it doesn't give them anything that is beneficial to themselves. But is that they have you in a loop that they can always take control of your mind. Being present, they will not get you into that space. Being present is not about every time, oh, I have to eat at this time, I have to. Being present when you are with a true friend or a brother or a sister and you sit down to hold a reason, everything else becomes null and void because you are present. You're not thinking about, oh, this person, that person, I have to do that. No, you are present. That meaning when you and this brother or this sister is reasoning, you are not engaged in this mind anyplace else. You are engaged with your brother or your sister right there in front of you. That is to be present. And not even this thing that you call food become important because the food that you are feeding on at that present moment is from a spiritual place. Your mind is being sharpened, and the other person's mind is also being sharpened. A connection is being made, and a bond is being formed. When you have a true friend, even if you move away and go somewhere and you don't speak for years, that friend will never leave this space, neither will you leave their space. So whenever you see that friend, what is going to happen? It is like you just picked up where you left off. Because you're always present. And your friend, no matter how much miles away he or she is, they know that you are present with them as they are present with you. That is when we speak of knowing yourself. That is when we speak of loving yourself. So I'm just breaking down things to show everyone that present mean reflecting. Be in the moment. Don't try to run away from the moment. The moment is now. The time that you have is now. And now you should be present. The past. Can you be present in the past? What you call the past? No. So the past, the present, and the future is all rolling in one. That is why you must be present at all times. When a person is present, nothing escapes them. They are fully aware, they see, they understand, they overstand of all the vibration that is going on around them. That is why I said you can distinguish many different sounds at the same time. Because you are present, you are aware. You see, yes, it is a gift that you have to give yourself. You see, I quote and I go to the mix because Neem was not aware or present within himself. Morpheus was always present, and that's why he could see what Neem did not see. You get it? That is why he was able to do things that Neil did not think he was capable of doing. Because Morpheus was present and he could see and sense what Neil did not. When Neil became present and aware of self in the fullest is when the agent shot him, shoot him. The agent put some bullets into him. Now, when he became aware, is when the girl, I forgot, Trinity, kissed him and said, "Wake up, you can't die." You see, it wasn't talking about a physical love situation like most people think. It is the moment that he recognized that he loved himself. It is the moment when he became aware that there is no death. It is the moment that he became fully connected with self. And it is the moment when he became present. That means he's aware of everything that is happening at the same time. And that's why when he stand up and the agent saw that, they got scared, very scared, because now they realize that he is present and aware, and he knows that there is no such thing as death. That is why when he hold up his hand, all the bullets fall to the ground. When you are aware, you receive your full power because now you know how to use it. You will not abuse it. That is the reality. Being present. Yes. Not most people that you know is never present. Most people, most individuals that you know, they are never present. They are always unaware of what really is happening. Christians, they go to church because they are not present. People who call themselves Christian, they go to church because they are not present. They are not aware. They are fully zombified. They are fully controlled. Their mind is taken over by a system that is designed to keep you unaware of self. Because once they get you in that loop, you're always going to be looking for a savior. You're always going to looking for someone to make sure that you are saved from whatever situation that they want you to be saved from. Greetings, Max, give thanks. That is what they want you to do. So when you are in that place of being present and aware, it is the most beautiful place that you can find yourself. Because once you find yourself in that place, the matrix got no more hold on you. It doesn't. It's like you doesn't exist in it anymore. You don't, because the agents realize that they have no hold on you. There's nothing that their bullets or their weapons can do to you anymore. Because now you become fully aware that that energy that you call God is you. And the energy that you call also devil is you. People that are unaware will not realize these things. They will not realize that it's the same thermometer that you use to measure hot, you use to measure cold. You didn't get a different thermometer. So God is the devil and the devil is God. It's that simple. You see? You can't have one without the other. You have night, you have day. Can you have one without the other? Duality, Max. Absolutely. Duality and polarity. You see? These are the things that we must be present and aware of. Everything is balance. Absolutely, Queen here. Nine. Everything is balance. You can't have positive without negative electricity. These are being present and aware. If you just run in electricity in a house and all you're doing is running positive, it's going to burn that house down. You're dealing with balance. You see? And if you realize, as I've said before, most people are not balanced. They are totally unaware of what is taking place around them on a daily basis. Totally. You see? Night and day is always there to show you, to make you aware of the duality. You see? To make you become fully aware of duality. Be present at all times. Strive to become powerful within your own self because the power is not outside of you, the power is within. When I talk about my brothers and sisters in Haiti, and I talk about how they win the revolution in 1804, it's because there was those amongst them that were present that reawaken within them the power that they have within themselves. And the people became present. That is why the greatest army had to run away. The greatest so called army at the time had to run away because the people in Haiti became present. That is the reality. When you are not present, your power will lie dormant within you. Why you think we are in the condition that we find ourselves? Each and every day when we rise up, this is what I say. Examine yourself. and ask yourself questions. Am I present? Am I aware of self? Do I know myself? Do I know my purpose? And when you can answer those questions, then you become present. This is important because these are the things that should resonate with you. And as I'm saying to each and every one on this podcast tonight, that the reality is that if you are focusing on others around you, you are not present. If they become the focus in your space, when all they are doing is serving as a trigger for you to become present with self and aware of self, you must ask yourself question, why is this person doing this? And why when they do this, it make me feel the way I do? These are the questions that you or each one of us must ask ourselves. When we ask ourselves these questions, and we must ask our higher self to give us the answer, because you have the right to do that. And it will give you the answer. And it will tell you to stop focusing on the other person and pay attention to yourself. That is why they put this thing in their Bible. You must first take the rafter out of your own eye before you take the straw out of the other person's eye. You get it? That is the reality. Because we spend so much time on everything else, on everyone else, and the most important person, who is you or I, we don't spend that time with. We don't spend no quality time with. We claim we love individuals, but yet we don't find it within ourselves to love ourselves. So you see, we become liars and not being aware that we are liars. We tell people that we know them when we didn't know ourselves. So we become liars and unaware that we are a liar. We tell people that we accept them, and yet we didn't accept ourselves. And we become liars and didn't and had no awareness that we were liars. You see how the truth works? So it all starts here. Everything starts here. And the fact is that we are not going internally. We are always looking on the external because we think the answer is in the external. And that is where they have you in this loop. And some of us will be in that loop eternally. You see, this is I tell everyone, before you lie to someone, the first person that you lie to is yourself. because you have to convince yourself of the lie that you're going to tell the next person. So, awareness and being present is not going to allow you to lie to anyone. You see how it works? It is going to tell you no. Don't lie to yourself. It's not a good thing to do. And so now you're going to realize that everything that you think you're doing to someone, you are doing it to yourself first. That is how it works. Now we rise. Yeah, man. Greetings, give thanks. You see, it is yourself that you must recognize that you are doing it too. And so everything that you put out there, it is going to come at you. You see how it works? It is going to come at you, and it is going to come at you in a way that, like a terrain, like a flood, it is going to come at you. Because a lot of time we tell, I didn't know. Yes, you did. You know, because you had to convince yourself that this lie or this thing that you're going to do is a good thing. Good thing for who? You see what awareness do? Absolutely, words, sound, and power. You see? So you are your own reflection. Whatever you see is what is projected from you. Because everything starts with you. It's not something that starts outside of you. No, it starts from here. It starts from here. Where else is it going to start? The only time it doesn't start from here is when you're no longer in this existence. That's how it works. Where everything starts, that's why it says you must cleanse the temple. Every day I live in my heavens. I live in my heavens every day. This is my heavens. Not a place up there. This is my heavens. And I must be fully aware and connected with self. That is the bottom line. So each day when I rise, I don't have time to sit there and think, wonder what this person is doing, wonder what they're not doing. It is totally up to each individual. Each individual must be aware of themselves and must be aware of why they do what they do. And they must be present. Because if they are present with self, they don't have time to think about you. They don't have time to think about you in a way that, that is negative or otherwise. If they think of you, they think of you in a good way. They want to know how you're doing. They want to know how you're feeling. You see? They're not sitting there and thinking about, negative things and all these. No. You see? Because you project negative things and negative things come. And you don't even realize you are the one that project the negative. If you think for a moment, let's say just give an example, and let's say you decide, I'm going to do this business and so on and so forth. And you doing this business, I'm going to have to sell the things at a cheap price because people don't have money. You're going to find everyone coming to you there are people that are always going to complain that they don't have money. Think about what I'm saying. Because you already projected out in the universe, and the boomerang effect is coming to you because you put it out there already. If you decide that I'm going to set up my business and my business is going to flourish and people are going to support my business and my price is not negotiable, watch what is going to happen. Be present. Be present. Because everything that comes from here is project, and you saying it, it is going to go out there and come to you in full circle. Awareness. These are the things. Be aware. So when you're present, you're not going to project things on yourself that is going to have a bad impact on you. If you predict that your business is not going to flourish, it's not going to flourish. It is not no one else out there why your business is not flourishing, it's you. Because you are not present. You're not aware that it is you is projecting the negative or the unbalanced space that you put yourself in. You want to rise up in great power. Project that. Whatever you want to be, you can be and you will be. And whatever you desire is going to come to you. If you keep saying that you're poor and you are in a poverty-stricken state, that is always where you will be. Because that's the place you project for yourself. And if you determine and decide that you are rich, because we're not just talking about riches in money. So when you realize and you come to the place and you say, yes, I am rich, I am always rich, I'm wealthy, then look at your life and look how it will be. You are your own projection. Just as you see the things that is projected on a movie screen, it is the same thing that comes from within you. You are way more powerful more than you know. You are more powerful more than your mind. You are the decider in all things. Greetings, greetings. You are the decider. Be present at all times, not sometime, at all times. Awareness is of key importance to what they call success. You see, know thyself. So when we tell you to know yourself, you get the picture. That is only self can project whatever you need. Only self can make you weak or powerful. No one else have no say in that. They don't. Anyone else tell you that is a lie. That is the reality. These are the true reality. So you can skirt around them, try to go around them, or whatever case you want, or whatever you choose. But this is just a plain, simple reality. That is why I said, be present at all times. Be present within your own self. Because when you're present, you don't have time to waste on things that doesn't have anything to do with you. When you are present, you're always going to examine self and see where you need to elevate from whichever angle you can elevate. You can't want your power, your full power, to be awakened from within you unless you are ready for it. And if you are unaware, are disconnected, how is it going to happen? It is never going to happen. You said you want superpower, you have superpower. Connect with yourself, be present, be aware, and see if those power will rise up. And when you start using them, you will use them just for the purpose that they were meant. And not because you are upset with someone, then you're going to, oh, I want to blow up everything. No, that is not what it's all about. Being present means to be disciplined. You see food, you don't need to eat it because you're not hungry. Discipline is essential. You see? So these are the things that are going to make you strong and powerful. And a lot of us do not have any discipline. We can't see the food and don't eat it. We can't, all of these things. Because we put ourselves in that state. You see? And that weigh us down and keep us in a place. Don't you realize that anything that you become addicted to, or a substance that you become addicted to, it is have you give it power over yourself. There is nothing that I have to have. There is nothing that I am addicted to. And I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, I'm not. Because I don't choose anything over myself or anyone. No. I have to be present within my own self. So I know how to navigate this journey that I am on. And this journey that I am on is going to be successful. Yes, I know. This journey of life. Because I am the decider. That is just the reality. You must become the decider in your walk, in your journey. So be present, be aware at all times. Allow nothing or anyone to deceive you, because deception is there. In its fullness, it is there. Distractions are there. And they are there to work against you. So when you become present, no matter how much distraction is there, they're not going to be able to distract you. And you're just going to find yourself soaring to heights that you would never imagine that was possible. People say sky is the limit. There is no sky. The sky is a lie. There is no sky. There's no such thing. People tell you these things. There's no such thing. Okay? That is a belief. People will say, you look up. No, you're looking up at a dome. They confuse and control your mind and make you believe and think things that you really don't know. But when you become present and aware, then you will know these things. And you will realize what is truth and what is a false reality that is trying to keep you in a space and a place that you don't need to be. And only you can determine how long you stay in that place. So all the trickery that they want to come up with, you have the answer, you have the antidote. You are the mathematician, you are the genius that can let yourself out of this prison that they are imposing upon you. Just be aware and just be present and see how your life will change very quickly. It is always good to be here on this journey of life. It is always in love that I come forth to forward, to reflect, and to engage. This journey is a journey of truth. This journey is a journey of liberty and fullness. And this journey is about you. It's about no one else but you. Fully connect with yourself. I didn't say fully connect with your loved ones, your children. No, fully connect with you. Because that is your purpose here, is to become fully connect with your higher self. You went to the bottom, now you must rise to the top. I am giving you clues as how to get there. I'm just your reflection. So reflect deep from within, and everything will come to you. Become strong, become powerful, because you have everything within you to make that happen. So stop focusing on everything else outside of yourself. That's the distraction. That's the illusion. Wake up from that sleep. So it's always great and pleasant, yeah man, each and every one that forward as usual. I give thanks, you know, to the African Liberation Station. Yeah man, Trisha, give thanks, Max West, Sean, give thanks. Everyone into the room, I give thanks. You know, and I know that as I said, I'm not on here every day, 2, 3 times a day. No. But when I come, I must come with something to make you think, to make you reason with self, to make you become more aware of self and fully connected with self. That is my purpose. You see. And that is what I'm always going to do. So when everything comes to me, then I will share it with you. But I have to find time to meditate. And I have to find time for self because I am present with self. And that is the greatest thing, to become present. Give thanks, Melissa. Paula, give thanks. Yeah, man. All the time, every time. So have a wonderful, wonderful time wherever you are. Ascend. Yeah, man. Wherever you are. You know, I don't know what time of day or night where you are, but I know it's night where I'm at. So it's time for rejuvenation on my side. So, yes, I give thanks. saying, be powerful, be strong, more love, more life, more greatness, more of everything that is beautiful indeed. Give thanks, each and every one. DJ exclusive, give thanks.